Welcome back to Benji's blog. The Legacy Crusaders YouTube channel just reached 1,152 subscribers today. I didn't do a video blog post yesterday because, let me show you the thumbnail for yesterday's, which I didn't do, was me being uncertain about why people care about pack openings. So I did go to a mega tin tournament. You got 1 tin for entering, and then every 4 people added a tin to the prize pool. I missed making top cut by 1 game, but either way I wound up opening all my tins while I was there. So I didn't bring any tins home, so I didn't do one. And it was like really late by the time I got home. Anyways, today we are doing this video, which is, it's kind of like the Ask Judgeman series, which I do, which is usually, the comment from Judgeman is usually a clarifying question, and the part on the bottom is just like a general topic in Yu-Gi-Oh! So this is, how does that thing in this video, how does that thing this video is on work? So generally the problem I have is a lot of people go to the Judgeman videos, they see the title, they see the thumbnail, they don't watch the video, and then they ask me the same question that was answered in the video. Now, occasionally there are some sensible reasons for that. It'll be like a card that's slightly different, with something significantly different enough to justify asking that question. So let's take a look at a few of the questions that have come up. So this video is on Inspector Border, and someone did, this is the type of question you should do, which is ask a question that's totally unrelated so that I can consider it for another video, because I do ask people to do that. So his question was, I have a question: if 2 Dark Lord monsters are on the field and both of them activate their effect to copy a card in the graveyard, what happens? So that was a unrelated question. Now, depending on whether I ask in the video for people to ask those questions, it makes more sense for that to happen. So in this case, this was an excellent question. Let's take a look at another few good ones, and then I have some really bad ones that literally contradict that people watch the videos. This is a targeting one. This is a good question. Had to do with, we were talking about if a card leaves the field when it's targeted, then the card that targeted won't resolve. So that's true. So he was asking about columns changing, and I didn't notice this question right away, so he got a really late reply. So that's a good question. That's something that wasn't in the video. This one is on Borlo Dragon missing the timing, the fast effects timing chart, and specifically I talked about this moment where if your opponent activates a trigger effect, you can't like dodge it with Borlo Dragon. We're using Link Karibo as an example, and then a secondary question I was asked is, could someone stop Saryuja in the same manner? Which, I mean, Saryuja is a trigger effect, so is Link Karibo, so they should be. That question is less good because if you put a little bit of analysis in there, then it's the same question. It's like, if does Link Karibo work? Does Saryuja work? So this person didn't take the time to like consider that they're the same question. And I don't really want to have to answer a question that you know, is directly answered by the video. So this is kind of a stretch for answering it. Like, I've started just responding with like timestamps occasionally to like a place in the video where that exact question is answered, but this is slightly different. This one is on how Ghost Ogre works, and talking about how you can't use it on a card, on a spell or trap card when it's activated. Besides it says that on the text. It says, when a monster on the field activates its effect, or when a spell or trap card that is already face up on the field activates its effect, you can use it. So specifically says the spell or trap is already on the field, and it doesn't say that for a monster, so that's where the big difference between monsters and spell and traps are. It actually says it. But there was a question about, where is it? Highlighted all these things. Oh, so you wouldn't be able to Ghost Ogre Candina since her effect is to search. Now, I'm pretty sure I directly answer that question in here. I lost track of where, but it's directly answered. And, like, yeah, it's here. That question is asked. And it was directly answered. So it doesn't make sense why you would ask this question unless you didn't watch the video. Or I don't even think there's just something to dispute here, but I will watch it afterwards, and maybe I'll apologize for getting annoyed by that question. Or here, let's listen to it briefly.
For instance, Trickstar Candina. When this card is normal summoned, you can add 1 Trickstar card from your deck to your hand. Each time your opponent activates a spell or trap card, inflict 200 damage to your opponent immediately after it resolves. So This card has an on-summon effect, which means its summon is successful, meaning this card is already face-up on the field.
Which I had that pop up a lot.
This is unlike any Star Trap card, which when you play it is not already face-up. It's being placed face-up at that time, and the activation of the card starts a chain, unlike the summon of a monster, which does not. So a monster that activates on summon activates after it's successfully on the field area. Although the wording of Ghost Ogre doesn't really matter for that. It says when a monster on the field activates its effect. So if it's already face up, it is activating its effect. Let's move on.
So I guess I never state directly that yes, you can ogre it, but I'm pretty much making a point that it's already face up on the field. You can ogre it. So, you know, the question's kind of answered. This one's on Tour Guide and Lilith, and talking about will Lilith resolve, and if Lilith is summoned by the effect of Tour Guide, will you be able to use its effect? And that question is directly asked here somewhere. Question, so if Tour Guide summons Lilith, can attribute or use her effect and gain the trap? I mean, literally answered these questions. So, you know, the point is, don't ask a question directly answered in a video. Exactly. It's just, you know, make a little effort and try and, like, work it out if it's a little different. But, I mean, you know, or go to the judges' lounge and ask 15 people. I'm like one person, you know? And, I mean, you know, you don't want to contradict that you bothered to watch the video. It makes you look silly. Anyway, so that's going to wrap this up. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a tin and maybe we'll open it. But yeah, the tins, oh, my tins were awful. Pulled the Vandred trap, the Vandred ritual monster, in a fuse line in one tin. That's essentially throwing away $20. It's completely worthless. Oh my god, I had to get 3 tins to get a Borlo dragon. And Borlo's only worth like 18 out of the tin. Oh, what a waste. Anyways, see you guys next time.